this is Vanessa Joy here with Adorama, and I have Casey and Erica, and we are going to play with two different colored gels. Now normally I stick this beautiful orange gel behind one of these girls and make it look like golden hour and pretty, but today I'm going to show you what happens when I flip the light onto the other side and then put one of these gels on it, actually both, and you're going to see the difference. This is going to be a nice technique to get a very different type of look, actually really 3 different types of looks we'll be doing in a very short amount of time. So I use this all the time when I'm doing fashion kind of stuff, engagement sessions, weddings, really anything, because you can give your clients a lot without doing very much at all. So let's get started. First thing I want to do is I want to put these in my bag because I don't want to hold them. I'm going to get my background exposure, so the background here, and I want it to be a little bit dark because I want the colors to be a little bit more saturated. I don't want to blow out my background. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into live view, and I'm going to get my roundabout exposure on the background. So I don't really care much about the girls here, although they do look lovely. I'm really concerned about the background, and that looks pretty good to me. Let me just take a test shot. My light right now, not firing. So let me just get the 2 of you girls nice and close. Perfect. All right, so if we look at them, they definitely have dark circles under the eyes, and we want to fix that. Nobody wants that. But right now we're at settings ISO 100, 250th on the shutter, and f7.1, which I know you guys are like, wait, Vanessa shoots at 7.1? I do sometimes. The white balance right now, it was actually a little bit warm. So I'm going to make it kind of more neutral where it should be around 6500. And then we're going to take a shot with the light. By the way, this is the Canon 1DX Mark II, and I've got my 50mm 1.2 lens here. So the next thing we're going to bring in, Profoto B10. Is this the B10 Plus?
It's B10.
This is the B10. All right, so this is a Profoto B10. Got it on a monopod, and we have a 2x3 OCF softbox. So this softbox is just going to make the light look a little bit more flattering on these girls, a little bit softer, more even. So what I want to do, because we have to light both of them fairly evenly, I'm going to kind of have this light held up here, like that. Do you mind holding it for me?
Not at all.
I can't do both. I've tried.
Okay.
So right about there. Now I'm going to switch on my TTL remote, my air remote, and it's going to be on TTL. So TTL is just auto for your lights. This is the best way to get, for me, the best way to get a roundabout light power out of there that'll work with my scene. So let's try it. Let's take a shot. So getting nice and close, girls. Casey, open your shoulder a little bit more. There you go. Beautiful. All right, so this looks pretty good. Let me just show you what I'm looking for. So this was a shot before, and you can see it's got some shadows there that aren't super attractive, but now I'm filling in the shadows, and that's what I'm looking for. So this does not have any gel on it. This is just normal. Let me do one more shot. It was a little warm. Get a little closer together. And then Casey, kind of like tilt your chin up a little, and then Erica, you're gonna do the same thing. Tilt your nose towards the light. Yep, but then come, yeah, that's perfect. Nice. So now that I like my exposure or the power that's coming out of the light, I'm gonna go ahead, switch my mode from TTL, now it's on manual. And I can adjust it up or down. I want it a little bit brighter, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold the plus button, and it's just gonna bring up the light power by 1 step. What's it set at, out of curiosity?
6.8.
So we're at 6.8. I've got a lot of room to play with if I want to. So get in nice and close, girls. Let's try full length. Perfect. Let me do a couple more like that. You know, Erica, give like a little lean on her. You could drop the dress, and then both of you girls kind of look off that direction. I want their noses pointed towards the light. It's just going to create a nice light pattern on their faces. That looks awesome. Good. And then look kind of off that direction. And then Erica, chin down a little. Casey, look at me. Perfect. All right, so this is what we've got so far. This is just a light balancing them and behind them. But now, here's where the fun comes in. So the first one we're gonna do, so we're gonna use a blue CTO gel. This is the equivalent of a full CTB, color temperature blue. And we're just gonna put it on the inside. Just snaps on like that, it's a little piece we have here. Now, what happens when we put a blue light on somebody? They become the color of Smurfs, right? So we have to do something to change that, and what we have to do is we have to warm up our white balance. Now, I'm not gonna change anything on my settings here yet, though I'm gonna need to. All right, first thing I wanna do, let's just take a picture without changing anything. So I wanna really bring you guys step by step how to do this. So go ahead, get nice and close. Not changing anything here. And you can see they have like a blue cast. Actually, the iPhone is color balancing it for me, but you can see when we go back and forth, they have a blue cast to their skin. So what I need to do is I need to warm up my white balance. I'm gonna go from 6100 up to 8000. Now it's gonna balance the skin tone on them, but it's going to warm up everything in the background. So this is a really nice way to create that kind of like fiery background, really moody, dark type feel. And the other thing I need to do, because we put a gel in front of the light, and anytime you put something in front of a light, it's gonna make that light darker. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump up my exposure +1. If you read gels, it actually tells you what the stop loss is. So basically it tells you how much darker it's gonna make the light when you put it in front. Let's just start with +1. All right, get it in nice and close again. Perfect. So now what we've done, we went from here to here. Look at the difference of the background. We've really warmed it up, gave it a little bit more character. Plus the two of them are now color balanced. They don't look like they're cold. So let's get some actual real pictures here now. So I love, Casey, how you kind of bring that elbow back. That's perfect. Yep, and then you can do that, Erica, where you lean on her a little bit. Try to bring your hand back a little bit more, Erica. Do you want to eat your hair? It looks good. It looks really good, kind of flowing like that. Nice. And Erica, yeah, kind of bring an elbow back. Gorgeous. And you know what, Casey? You can drop the dress, yep, right onto that awesome water bottle. There we go. That looks gorgeous. Bring your elbow or your hand back a little. Perfect. Good. Get your heads a little closer together. And then do circles with your faces. So kind of look left, look right. Every once in a while you could look back at me. Beautiful. Perfect. Awesome. Erica, you're gonna take 2 steps closer to me. Casey, stay right where you are. You're gonna just kind of do one of these, and then you're gonna be in the background. Casey, look all the way off that direction. Erica, you're looking right at me. Gorgeous. Love this. I'm gonna bump up the power of my light. It got a little bit too dark. Beautiful. Erica, look off that way also. Nice. All right, so here's what we're doing. Really warm overall feel, and they look great. So now we're gonna do the exact opposite. So what we have on here is a blue gel, and I'm gonna switch it on us. So I'm gonna take off that blue gel, and we're gonna put on this full CTO. Now this is gonna do the exact opposite. So with the blue gel, it turned their faces blue, so I had to warm up my white balance. Now when I switch it to the orange gel, what's it gonna do to their skin? It's gonna make them Jersey orange, like I like to call it. It's gonna look like they're from my home state, and they fake bake and fake tan a lot. And we don't like that. So what we're gonna do instead, I'm gonna take a picture just so you see what happens right away, and then we'll make the adjustments that we need to. So we're gonna make you look like some Jersey girls. And I'm sorry. Nice. Yeah, fake hair, fake tans. I love Jersey, I swear. All right, so here's what we got. Straight on like Oompa Loompa, Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory right there. And what do we need to do to change that? We're gonna lower the white balance, and we're gonna have to lower it even lower than before. We were at 6100 when we first started. We're gonna have to go even lower. I'm gonna go to 4300. and see what that looks like. Now what's that going to do to the background? It's going to balance their skin tone so they don't look orange anymore, but the background now is going to go blue, so it's going to have a completely different look to it. Let's try it. I actually really like that. Keys kind of like look down when you're like playing with your hair. I love it. Good. All right, so let's take a look. We've got a completely different look now. Now it almost looks like they're being lit by a street lamp, and in the background, it's twilight or something around there. All right, so that was before, and that was after. So see the difference? Very, very different. And then those are some shoes that I took pictures of. Oh, you never know what's gonna happen if I keep going back on my card. All right, let me actually have you girls switch. So Casey, you're in front. So you can do the exact same thing and kind of turn off that direction. And you know what, Erica, take a baby step that way. Yeah, and keep your head just kind of like turned in. Love that. And Casey, you're gonna look off that way and just kind of play with your hair. That looks really good. Gorgeous. And then eyes to me, Casey. Beautiful. Good. So here's what's happening. And now what we can do to make this even more dramatic is we can darken our backgrounds. Because I know we're only at, I think, 6.8 or maybe now 7.8 on the B1, so we have more light. What are we at, 8.8? Good. So I've got another stop of light I can pump out of this B10. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to, let's see, 7.1. I'm gonna go to 9, and then let's just go +1 on there. Go to 9.8. Let's just use all the power this thing has. All right, let's give this a shot. Very fun. Good. And then Erica, come behind her. So take a look at what we're doing now. Now I've really darkened the background. So before it was here, and now it's here. So we're really darkening it up. We can make this even more dramatic. So you know what? If you want to come around that side, right there, come like right behind her, maybe put that hand there, yep. And you girls are both going to be looking towards that way. Perfect. Casey, tilt your head even more that way. There you go. That's perfect. Love it. Erica, look at Casey. Nice. Casey, look at me. And I'm kind of triple snapping because of the people we got walking by. No bride and groom likes having a bunch of people in the background, but here's what we got. So just a little bit more dark, a little bit more dramatic with the backgrounds. Let me just get one really super close. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. Casey, yep, you're looking at me. And then, you know, Erica, look all the way up that way. Fun. Nice. Yeah, so just really, really fun. So this is how we do it. We've got one light, that's with no light, and then that's with the light on. All right, so we've got one light, 2 gels, and you're able to create 3 different looks. One that's kind of natural and normal, one that looks almost like dark and night, and then the other one that's really fiery and a nice warm background and a warm picture. So hope this was helpful to you. I hope you can go and play with all these different gels and concepts. And thank you so much to Casey and Erica for hanging out with us. I'm Vanessa Joy here for Adorama. Bye.